Hello friends, this is Durga from itversity, a one-stop shop to learn all the technologies. So today's agenda, let me share my screen and start the agenda, and also we'll wait for a couple of minutes before actually we start on the content so that people join the hangout. But the title of today's agenda is Cloudera Certified Associate Spark and Hadoop Developer. Okay, earlier I have conducted several hangouts on the certifications, but today's will be particularly on Cloudera Certified Associate Spark and Hadoop Developer alone. So as part of this session, we will see what is all about itversity, which is my own startup, and then a brief introduction of Hadoop and Cloudera, overview of Cloudera certifications, and then CCS Spark and Hadoop Developer, itversity resources to prepare for the certification, frequently asked questions where I read out the existing questions, and then I will also take some Q&A towards the end of the session. And if you want to be part of Q&A, I hope you guys are able to see the screen. On the right side, so if you join using Hangout link, which will look like this. So the event link will look like this. It will start with plus.google.com/events and rest of the stuff. This is the link which I have shared on my Facebook and LinkedIn feeds. So you have to use that link. Instead of that, if you go to the YouTube directly, and if you are actually seeing this through YouTube, okay, then if you start placing the questions here, I might not be able to see as part of my as part of the event page which I will be presenting from, which I will be presenting from. Okay, so if you use the Q&A session or Q&A, on the right side you will see the Q&A, and you can ask the question, and I will be able to see the question. I will select the question and I will start answering those things. So that is how the Q&A will work. So before starting on Q&A, don't start questions on my YouTube video. Instead, you have to use the Hangout event link. Okay, so that's how it will work. Let me show the YouTube video here, not this one. So here, if you see, this will be the link which you might get from some other sources. If you ask any questions through this link here, okay, I will not be able to see those things in the event page, and I will not be able to answer your questions. So make sure you use the event link itself before answering the questions. That being said, few people joined the Hangout, and let's go into the agenda. So the first one is about itversity. What is itversity? itversity is a Dallas-based startup. We are trying to build this startup in multiple phases. The first phase is to provide content for the people to learn in different aspects in emerging technologies, not just big data, but in emerging technologies. So that is our first phase. So we'll be spending at least the next 1 year to upload a lot of content in emerging technologies such as big data, cloud, DevOps, even in the application development space by providing content on programming languages, etc. Okay, and as part of the phase 2, starting from 2017 second half, we will try to even provide assistance for the placements. When I say assistance for the placements, I want to build a staffing solutions company leveraging my learning portal. Okay, so that's the phase 2, and then we have a few more phases in the longer term. What we want to do, we want to build a global firm covering all aspects of IT, and the plan will be unveiled whenever the appropriate time comes. So as part of the first phase, as I have mentioned earlier, we will be focusing on uploading content in the emerging technologies. And how we will be able to access those content? We primarily have a channel and a website. So the channel name is itversity. So you can go to YouTube and search for itversity, and you will see the channel here. So this is the channel which we have. We have 825 videos and hundreds of playlists. A playlist is nothing but a series of videos. So for example, let me take the CCA playlist itself, which I will be covering in detail a little bit later. It has 86 videos starting from introduction to set up the environment, and you have to follow this complete flow to clear the certification. So this will contain the video part of it. YouTube is the platform where we will be uploading the video-based content. On top of this, if you just follow videos and if you try to learn something, you have to use multiple websites. You have to spend a lot of time to identify the portions which you want to revise in the video, etc. So to avoid that, to avoid people to move around multiple platforms to learn, we try to build a LMS platform. LMS stands for Learning Management System, and it is hosted on website called itversity.com. Okay. In this LMS, we will integrate the video content from YouTube along with the relevant text content for that course. So for example, CCS, Spark, and Hadoop Developer, this is a course, and it is built on top of the videos, which is recorded for CCA purpose. Okay. And if you see, the content is divided into, the course is divided into multiple lessons, introduction, data ingest, and all those things. And each lesson have multiple topics. Okay. And if you click on a particular topic, for example, if you want to learn scoop import for the certification, it has this topic have an entire scoop import details. It's a very big topic, so it is, again, this topic is broken into multiple pages. So you can go through this, and wherever videos are relevant, the videos are placed. And under the video, if you want to try the code snippet and practice whatever is explained as part of the video, you can just copy the content from here, and you can actually start practicing on your laptop, on the development environment which you built on your laptop. So this will give better learning experience compared to just going through videos in the form of playlist. Okay. So this is itversity. We provide a YouTube channel for the video content and an LMS, not for all the playlists, but all the important playlists or important courses. We will slowly roll out those playlists into LMS platform, where you will get both the video content as well as the text content, including code snippets, as part of one portal, so that you don't need to move around or hover around to learn. It will definitely improve the learning process. That is about itversity. The screen share is dropped. Let me share the screen again. Okay, now I have shared my screen again. And now, after the first topic, let's go on to the second topic as part of this. In this topic, I will be covering brief introduction of Hadoop and Cloudera. I will not get into too many details. I will just cover brief introduction of Hadoop. So Hadoop is the derivative of white papers published by Google. Google have published a couple of white papers on one on Google file system and Google MapReduce, and the other one is Google Bigtable. So based on Google file system and Google MapReduce, a few people from Facebook, Google, Oracle, etc., grouped together, and then they started developing Hadoop using Java to solve something called big data problems. So what are the big data problems? You can go to my channel and search for big data introduction, and you can get the details of that big data problem. So Hadoop is built to address the big data problem. And Hadoop is an open source technology. There are n number of tools that are built as part of Hadoop ecosystem. So Hadoop is divided into two categories. One is core components, and another one is ecosystem. So core components have the distributed file system and distributed computing framework, and ecosystem have tools like Hive, Pig, Scoop, and many other things. Okay, and all these technologies are open source technologies. So, and these are all incubated in Apache. So Apache is the one which will actually consolidate these open source technologies and provide under one organization. But setting up Hadoop on a very large cluster is tedious process. For that, few companies have started developing tools around Hadoop, and those companies are Cloudera, Hortonworks, Mapper, etc. And Cloudera is one of the major vendors who provide tools around the Hadoop ecosystem tools. to build the clusters and also to support the clusters effectively. Okay, that is about Hadoop and Cloudera. On top of providing these tools, the management tools such as Cloudera Manager, Cloudera and Hortonworks also provide training, and also they conduct certification exams and they certify the people if they clear the certification. So that's where the Cloudera certifications comes into picture. Even Hortonworks have its own certifications. So if you want to plan to do any certification in big data, you have to plan for the certifications which are widely recognized by the industry. So if you want to give a certification, don't fall into the trap of Edureka or Simply-Learn, etc. The certifications, what they provide to you, have no value. Okay, and that's why even though I am passionate about teaching people, I don't want to give the certifications, because my certification does not hold any value wherever you go. If you want to have, if you want to add value to your profile after the certification, you have to focus on Cloudera or Hortonworks or Mapper or Databricks or some other major vendor, rather than going with simple institutes like Simply-Learn or Edureka, who provide online training and give certifications irrespective to whether you pass it or not. It's just a eyewash certificate saying that you have cleared or you have certified, or they provide course completion certificates. They hold no value at all to your profile. They add no value at all to your profile. So for that reason, you should focus on certifications from the major vendors. It is fine to take the training from Edureka or Simply-Learn, but don't limit with the training itself. You have to focus on the certifications that are widely recognized by the industry. So now let us get into the details of what all certifications Cloudera provide. Okay, so here you need to understand the history of Cloudera. As I am in the industry for past 13 years, and as I'm working in big data for the last 4 years and hold multiple certifications in big data, and following the trend, I can give an idea about how the certifications are evolved within Cloudera. So if you go to cloudera.com, okay, or you can actually search for Cloudera certifications. You can click on this, become a certified big data developer. And here there are multiple certifications: CCP data engineer, CCP data scientist, CCS Spark and Hadoop developer, Cloudera certified associate, Cloudera certified administrator for Apache Hadoop. So now let me explain the chronology order of these certifications. The first certifications what Cloudera have started are this one, CCAH, Cloudera Certified Administrator for Apache Hadoop. It's there for the last 4 or 5 years. And then there used to be another certificate which is discontinued by the end of 2015, called Cloudera Certified Developer for Apache Hadoop, CCDH. Okay, it is primarily based on Java MapReduce APIs, and it is discontinued starting from 2016. And then earlier there used to be another certification called Cloudera Certified HBase Specialist. So CCAH, CCDH, and Cloudera Certified HBase Specialist, or CCAHS or something, I do not remember. Even though I got certified in that area, I do not remember that. So these three are the earlier certifications. And then CCDH covers on MapReduce, and Cloudera Certified HBase covers HBase. There was no certification from Cloudera which will actually test on other ecosystem tools like Scoop, Hive, Pig, etc. Okay, that's where after CCAH, CCDH, and HBase Specialist, they have introduced a certificate for data scientists, which is called CCP Data Scientist. It is well recognized, but the targeted audience are data scientists. It is not for technology folks. People who want to build their career towards data scientist, you can pursue that one, and it is very tough exam, and you have to work really hard on that. You have to even execute a project to get certified on that, which is not. And also you have some prerequisites where you have to clear some other certification as per my knowledge. Okay, so CCP Data Scientist is out of context at this time. So let's talk about the next certification, CCP Data Engineer. So CCP data engineer is primarily built to focus on Scoop, Hive, to focus on building big data applications using tools like Scoop, Hive, Flume, etc. Okay, so this is a next level of certification for CCDH. If you are already Cloudera certified developer using Java MapReduce APIs, and if you want to demonstrate skills in other areas such as Scoop, Flume, etc., you can take CCP data engineer certification. So the chronology order is, it's very important to understand this. The chronology order is CCAH, CCDH, and HBase specialist. Then comes CCP data scientist and CCP data engineer. And the only relationship you have between the certifications are between CCDH and CCP data engineer. And then CCDH is stopped with 2015. And then they came up with a new certification starting from 2016. It just started in 2016. It is called as CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer, and it includes Spark. Spark started getting a lot of traction in 2015 and 2016, and by acknowledging that, Cloudera actually introduced a new certification with the Spark and Hadoop Developer starting from 2016. And most of the guys who cleared CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer tend to go for CCP data engineer. Okay, but CCP data engineer is not the next level certification for CCA. So a lot of people tend to waste their money going with CCP data engineer, and also there is a lot of overlap between the two certifications. So either you plan for CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer, or directly go for CCP data engineer and do some other certification which will only focus on Spark. Okay, don't do CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer and CCP data engineer. It's not a logical extension or logical progression from low-level certification to higher certification. And to give the CCP data engineer, there is no prerequisite that you have to clear any other certification. Okay, so that is very important to understand, because a lot of guys, after preparing for CCA Spark and Hadoop Developer, looking at my content, they feel easy, even though that the exam is not very easy. They feel easy to clear the certification, and they tend to go for a CCP data engineer because it is supposed to be one of the toughest certification exams in big data area. But I will not recommend to go for CCP data engineer. Rather, I will talk to the person on one-on-one basis, and I will recommend some other certification if they want to do another certification after CCS Spark and Hadoop Developer. So if you clear CCS Spark and Hadoop Developer, and if you want to do some other certification, just contact me. Let us discuss, and then you can decide. Okay, so that being said, now let us get into the details of what it actually covers. So CCS Spark and Hadoop Developer certification covers multiple aspects of big data developer day-to-day responsibilities. So as big data developer, what you are supposed to do is you have to get data from multiple sources, and that process of getting data from multiple sources into Hadoop is called as data ingest. And the tools which typically used are Scoop and Flume. So as part of data ingest, you need to understand Scoop and Flume, and all these things are covered as part of my course. So if you go here and go to the course CCS Spark and Hadoop Developer in LMS platform, here I am covering data ingest using Scoop, and also data ingest using Flume and HDFS, which is directly in line with the certification curriculum, and also the topics are also directly related to the certification curriculum. Okay, so that's how I have designed the course curriculum, so that you can easily relate between the certification curriculum and the content. And then another role or another day-to-day responsibility of big data developer is to transform, stage, and store the data. So when it comes to big data developer is primarily responsible to get the data from multiple sources and process the data and store the data on multiple targets. So as part of transform, stage, and store, this certification primarily focuses on Spark. So all these tasks are based on Spark, and Spark is just a distributed computing framework. By using Spark, you cannot build the application. Spark-based APIs should be part of other programming languages such as Scala and Python, and then you should be able to build big data applications or Spark-based applications using both Scala and Python for the certification perspective. So you don't need to be master in Scala and Python, but you should be able to use Spark-based APIs as part of Scala and Python programming languages. They tend to give up to 4 or 5 questions in Spark, and those questions might have both Scala-based as well as Python-based programs, and you have to they provide the skeleton of the complete application, and then they will ask you a question which focuses on the Spark-based APIs in that programming language, and you have to fill the program with that code snippet, and also you have to execute as part of the certification, and then they will evaluate those programs and see if you are doing a correct way or not. That's how the certification goes. And then data analysis. As part of data analysis, it's primarily about DDL in Hive and Impala. So they don't test SQL as part of this certification, but they will try to understand whether you have enough knowledge to create Hive tables, and also to create partition tables in Hive, etc. And again, all these topics are extensively covered as part of my curriculum in LMS. Okay. So that is the brief overview about the certification. If you want more details, you can actually go to my LMS platform or my YouTube channel, and you can start exploring it further. And then I have few additional resources also. So already I have covered my channel and website with respect to the Cloudera certified associate Spark and Hadoop developer. You have all the videos here. If you just want to watch videos, you can go here. If you want to use LMS to learn, you can go to here. You can actually go to www.itversity.com, and under self-paced courses, there is this CCS Spark and Hadoop developer, and this is what you can. This is how you can reach to this course in LMS. Okay, and then another very important resource is the LinkedIn group. I have a LinkedIn group. Okay, click on groups, and then click on my groups. Sorry, for you, you just have to search for itversity-certifications. If you click on this group, there are 1,068 members in this group, and every day I'm adding at least 10 people. This group is just started. Again, the screen share is dropped. Let me share the screen. Okay. Probably you might not be able to see. Let me click on present to everyone. Now you should be able to see. Okay, it has 1,068 members. This group is started in month of January, and within 8 months, it has reached 1,068. And now almost 10 people are being added on daily basis. So by the end of 2017, this group, I am expecting at least to be having around 10,000 people as part of this group alone. And the reason why I named it as itversity certifications rather than Hadoop certifications, even though the name is more attractive to be Hadoop certifications, is that I want to pool. I'm not obsessed with any one technology. I'll always try to be as generic as possible. Okay, and my channel is also itversity. Even though I have Big Data Mentor and other big data related domains, I have chosen itversity because it's more generic than Big Data Mentor. Okay, even though Big Data Mentor can give me immediate traction, I ignored that and I have gone for itversity because I don't want to be stereotyped with one technology. I want to be as generic as possible. Even this group, itversity certifications, is to pull all the people who are certified by leading vendors in their respective areas, not just big data. And my channel is also not confined to big data. There will be much more content on all the technologies in IT. In next 3-4 years, I want to build a one-stop shop to learn any technology. That's my mission within next 3-4 years. A one-stop shop learning portal in IT, and it will be almost free, or there will be negligible cost in some cases. Okay. Anyway, that being said, this itversity certifications is pretty active these days. You can see it here, and also at least 50 to 60 people have acknowledged that they have cleared the certification by looking into by just following my content. Even before I actually deployed the course in LMS, just by watching my videos, hardly following up with me, lot of people have cleared the certification, and most of them have cleared with at least 90%. Okay, so I am actually creating a Google a form also. There is a form. Once people certified, I personally request them to fill that form, so that I keep track of all the resources who got certified, so that as part of phase 2, I can actually reach out to the professionals. I can reach out to these professionals to provide the placements. That's why I'm building this Google form. Okay, eventually I will integrate with a lot more reliable platform, but for now, this is the form which people fill. And you can see 42 people have filled, even though 70 people have acknowledged, because I have just started this form recently. And you can see most of them have cleared a CCA. Out of the acknowledged people, only 3 people told that they have failed, and that is also due to mostly their ignorance or oversight or mistakes. Okay, and all of them who failed got 60%, and the pass percentage will be is 70. So they as part of the certification, they give 10 questions, and you have to answer 7 of them correctly. And all these are subjective questions. They will give the requirement, and you have to write small code snippets to satisfy those requirements. Okay, so out of those who failed have got 60%. So only with 1 question, because they missed something as part of the training, or due to lack of such practice on one of the areas, they failed in those 3 people failed clearing the certification. Otherwise, most of them have cleared. And also, if there are any changes in the certification in the future, once people acknowledge, I will immediately fix that as part of the content. And also, I started. I already have many other certifications. For example, if you go to my channel page, this is the home page of my channel. And if you scroll down here, there is Big Data Certifications section, and you can see 4 courses here. 2 more are in progress, but eventually all the Big Data certifications will be part of this section. I am planning to upload at least 8 to 9 Big Data certifications in next 3-4 months. Okay, so that is about the resources. And now comes to FAQs. Okay, so I will cover around 6 or 7 FAQs, which I typically hear from the people. The first FAQ is, do you need to know Java to give the certification? Because a lot of people are averse towards Java, and they want to understand whether they want to know Java. The answer is no. The certification does not have anything related to Java in it. And also, to understand FAQs, I have written a blog sometime back. You can click on blog on my website and scroll down, and there is general Hadoop and Spark developer certifications, and most of the FAQs are relevant to most of the certifications. So I will go to this blog itself. I will also recommend you to go to this one before deciding on which certification you want to give, and then decide. Okay, so this one gives a little bit brief overview about what are the technologies that are relevant for the certification. So Hadoop and Spark, what are the things that are important? So in Hadoop, typically any certification will cover 1 or more topics in these areas. And with respect to Spark, these are the topics which will be covered in the certifications. And why should one get certified? To demonstrate the skills and to get some traction to their job search, and also to work on projects with a lot more confident, etc. And what are the available certifications? So here you can see all the available certifications for different vendors, especially for developers. What is the cost and duration of each of the certification? So you can go to this. You can see the cost of this one for CCS, Spark, and Hadoop developer. It is $295, and the form and the duration is 2 hours. And what is the format of the exam? With respect to CCA, you will get 10 to 12 scenarios, and you have to answer them by programming. Is Java required? No, Java is not required. I have already answered the question, so I'm passing this question and going to the next one. How to choose the certification exam from available option? This is one of the important questions which you need to answer yourself more than relying on anyone. The reason is some companies actually ask people to follow one particular vendor. Okay, if your company follows Hortonworks as a vendor, it will be better for you to give Hortonworks certifications rather than going with Cloudera. Okay, but if there are no such constraints, the first certification which I will recommend is CCS Spark and Hadoop Developer, because it covers Scoop, Flume, Spark, Hive, and Impala, many tools in the big data ecosystem. It will give you a holistic view in big data, and also it is very well recognized. If you already have some other certification, then you have to do some analysis and you have to decide. You can send me an email, or we can discuss, and I can recommend you what certification you should give. If you already have some other certification, don't directly go with CCS Spark Hadoop Developer. If you already have some other certification, let us discuss and I will clarify. How to register? Go to Cloudera website, or you can click on this link and you can register for the CCS certification. You just have to buy the what we call a voucher, and you can give the certification. And from where you can take the certification, you can take the certification from your home, as long as you have internet and webcam with 64-bit computer. You will actually able to give the certification from anywhere. What is typical duration for certification exam? So this is with respect to your preparation, how long it will take for you to prepare for the certification exam. It is subjective from person to person. If you go through the playlist, okay, if you go to this playlist, there are 87 videos, and on average, each video is approximately 20 minutes. Okay, so approximately 90 videos with 20 minutes each, which means that the content itself is 30 hours. But wherever it takes time to execute, I paused while recording the videos. So if you try to just follow the videos without any pauses, it will at least take 40 hours just to go through this content. Okay, so 40 hours is the minimum time, or the span of whatever time you want to prepare. But typically it will take 60 hours even for experienced people to follow my content and prepare for the certification and give the certification. So 60 hours to anywhere up to 120 hours, depending upon your background. If you're from mainframes, you have to learn so many new things, so it will take a lot more time. So 120 hours for mainframes professionals, which are typically observed, and 60 hours for hardcore developers, 50 to 60 hours for hardcore developers. So if you spend 4 hours a day, you will be able to prepare within 15 days if you are a hardcore developer. Otherwise, if you are a mainframes professional and if you only can spend 2 hours a day, it will take 2 months for the preparation. And people from mainframes background also have cleared the certification within 3 months of preparation for that 120 hours or 150 hours, whatever time it takes for them. Okay, and then what are the available resources from itversity? I have spoken enough on that, so I'm not getting into those details. So these are the FAQs which you need to understand before deciding on the certification. That being said, now we will go to the final topic, which is Q&A. Okay, so you can start asking the questions. Make sure you use the event page. Don't ask the questions on my YouTube video. Okay, so as you are seeing in the screen, if you go to, if you are following me on Facebook or LinkedIn, okay, I typically share link like this, plus.google.com/event/blah blah blah. So if you use the event page, you will be able to answer the question on the question and answer section of the event page. Otherwise, if you ask the questions on YouTube, I will not get the questions on the right hand side of this event page. Okay, so make sure you ask the questions from the event page. I will give 1 minute or 2 minutes time. If I didn't get any questions, I will just disconnect from the hangout. So I will take around 5 to 6 questions if there are questions from the people. If you are in the YouTube page, it will look like this. Okay, so unless I go to that page, I will not be able to see the questions and I will not be able to answer the questions. So as of now, only one guy called Rahul said hello sir on my video, and I didn't get that as part of my event page. So if you have questions, please ask from the event page. Okay. So while you people are coming with the questions, come up with the questions, let us recap what we have discussed so far. I have shown briefly about what are the certifications that are available in Cloudera, and what are the topics that are relevant for CCS, Spark, and Hadoop developer, and what are the resources available from itversity. If you want to learn through itversity, you have to use my LMS platform. That is the better way than just watching the content on my channel. And also this video will be placed as the second video or first video from now onwards as part of the playlist, so that people know that there is the LMS platform for this. And also slowly I will be adding this LMS platform link in all the videos as annotation, so that people, no matter from where they end up on the video, they know that there is the LMS platform to follow. Okay. So it seems there are no questions. I hope you enjoy the session, and please send the request to the LinkedIn group. Be part of it. And if you have any questions with respect to certifications, not only with this one, any certification in future, let's start discussions on the LinkedIn group so that we have a track of those questions. That being said, thank you. Bye.